Well, hello, you glorious people of the interwebs, and welcome to news. It's not something we typically do on the channel, but I figured if there's games that I'm really excited about playing, then I might as well share the news with all of you regarding that so we can all get excited together, and when it finally releases, we can play it. Now, I do cover all the news for Red Dead Redemption 2, and I will continue to cover that in the future, but we have had some recent leaks concerning Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, obviously, I will be heavily playing this similarly to the way I did with Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'll be doing that with any Rockstar game because Rockstar has a penchant for making very immersive games with tons of secrets inside things and just stuff that you can find in the game that really no other publisher does, and you can cover it in such a way that is always fun, and you can always find new crazy things inside of these games. And I will continue to cover Rockstar Games, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, into the future. So I do hope that those of you that have stuck around for Red Dead Redemption 2 will continue to check out content for future titles. But let's go ahead and get into these Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks. Now, I do want to state that no official announcement has even been made so far for Grand Theft Auto 6. We do know that there has been casting calls and stuff like that, but we do have no official announcements regarding release date and content within the game. But a lot of these leaks tend to be somewhat accurate, although you do want to take these with a grain of salt. But if any of these do end up being true, some of you may be disappointed and some of you may be very excited. Now, we do know that Rockstar tends to space out their titles quite a bit apart, so we did just have Red Dead Redemption 2 released not that long ago, so Grand Theft Auto 6, or if the rumors have been true that Bully 2 will be the next title, we could expect Bully 2 before Grand Theft Auto 6, so we are still a ways out from Grand Theft Auto 6, but it's gonna get closer. Time flies when you get old like me, so before I know it, Grand Theft Auto 6 will be out. Now, all of these leaks are coming from Pastebin, but according to this leak, the game will feature multiple big cities. Now, I don't exactly know how they're going to pull this off, especially for what's being rumored is Liberty City and Vice City. Now, to have these two, I don't exactly know how the grand map is for how they're basically taking these states from the United States and putting them into their game. Obviously, we know they're not 100% accurate to the way it is. All of these leaks are coming from Pastebin, and according to this particular leak, the game will feature multiple big cities. Now, it's very interesting that they're going this route, and very exciting. I don't exactly know how they're going to pull it off, but according to this leak, they could possibly be Liberty City and Vice City. So we're talking about New York City and basically like Miami. Now, I don't know how they're going to connect these two together, and none of us really know how the grand scheme of their whatever they're replicating as far as the United States goes. But New York City and Miami are very, very far away from each other. So to be able to travel to these two locations in a seamless fashion would be very interesting. And I have no idea how they would manage to do that, but having Liberty City and Vice City both in one game would be really cool. Now, when I think about Grand Theft Auto, I played this series the most in both Liberty City and Vice City. After that, I kind of got out of the series and I wasn't really gaming, but these are the two cities that I have fond memories for when I think about Grand Theft Auto. Now, I know a ton of people love Grand Theft Auto 5, but I started, really in Liberty City and Vice City, so I'm really excited to see these two come back, and I'm really interested to see what times these are set in, whether it's going to be, current or in the past. I'd love to see Rockstar create a game in, like, the 1920s of New York with, like, it would just be so cool. Obviously, this is probably not going to be the case with Grand Theft Auto 6, but it's be something that I would love to see in the future. Now, another exciting thing from this particular leak is that the game is also going to implement elements from Red Dead Redemption 2's Stranger system. Now, the strangers in Red Dead Redemption 2 quite possibly were some of the best encounters that you could play in the game, and in many aspects were more fun to go through than the story itself, because all of these stranger missions had their own little stories that really helped you bond with the characters and create even more an immersive environment, and I think would be wonderful in any future Rockstar title. It's that part of the game is so successful to me that I highly anticipate Rockstar implementing that in pretty much all of their titles in the future. Another option that we could have with these multiple cities is that they could be bringing back the feature from Grand Theft Auto 5 where you play as multiple characters, and some of these characters could be down in Vice City, some of them could be in Liberty City, and eventually they all meet up to do a grander story arc, which I think would be really cool, although obviously being able to travel from Liberty City to Vice City seamlessly would be really nice, and this kind of lends us into the next part of this leak, that apparently this game is absolutely not possible on the current generation of consoles. So we absolutely loved how beautiful Red Dead Redemption 2 is, and I anticipate Grand Theft Auto 6 being even on a grander, more beautiful scale. And if there's such a large map, it would obviously not be possible to make it both more beautiful than Red Dead Redemption 2 and have a larger map. So we are going to be getting this on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scarlet. Now, we know that PlayStation 5 isn't going to be coming out anytime soon, possibly not in 2020, but we'll most likely be getting it in 2021. So we do still have a few years before the possibility of Grand Theft Auto 6 even gets here. Now let's get into everything that is said in this particular leak. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to feature multiple big cities which players can come across, which we already covered. Now, in the title, this will make you kinda of a drug lord. You will start as a small-time guy in Liberty City, doing odd chores and small-time thefts, and eventually working your way to Vice City, where you will join a famous gang. Now this does make sense, because Vice City's known for its massive... People love drugs down there. It's the way it is. It's why you've got Florida Man. You will be tasked to look after businesses in Liberty City until you are brought back to Vice City and soon become the drug lord. Rockstar Games has an idea about when they want to release the game, but the corporates want to analyze the sales of PlayStation 5 and Xbox, whatever it's going to be called when it releases. This game can't come out for PS4 because of the memory restrictions, and they have two major cities along with a vast stretch of highways in Blaine Country, like Countryside and in the middle of it all. So it does definitely sound like you're going to be able to travel from both things, and they're going to put Countryside in between, probably filled with strangers, random encounters, and secrets, which will be really exciting to explore. Now, there will also be some kind of timed era between the missions with flashbacks, which is very interesting. Now, certain shops will sell different types of items in different areas. Red Dead Redemption 2 type stranger dialogues will also be implemented, and there are big plans in online and with major content like newer towns. They're working closely with Microsoft and Sony on cloud gaming, which will help them enable online to be a continuous process. Now, when we get into this actual poster, it does come from an anonymous source, and there may or may not be some truth behind this. Now, since its original posting, it has been removed, and according to a report, it was posted from a guest account with an unlimited timestamp, so it can only be taken down by the Pastebin staff itself and not the creator. There is one other interesting thing that has been posted recently, and this is a Glassdoor post by a Rockstar Games tester. Now, at first glance, it's very unassuming, but when you look down at the advice to management and you highlight each of the first letters in the sentence, it comes out to GTA 6, LS, which could stand for Los Santos, VC for Vice City, and LC for Liberty City. So we could even have Los Santos in here, although that would be way too far away, in my opinion, to be included as well. It could be a little far-fetched to think that, but it could be a possibility. It's just very interesting, and this could or could not be an actual employee. It could be just somebody trolling with some kind of anagram here, or whatever you want to call it. But regardless, it is very interesting. Now, another interesting thing in this particular post is that the poster capitalizes the B in bullies anytime he references it. Well, actually, the one time he references it, with the often a negative environment filled with bullies who think they're better than everyone else. Now, this could be an accident, maybe he didn't mean to capitalize the B in bullies, but with everything else in here, it seems that it could very well be on purpose, because he did not accidentally capitalize anything else in this entire game, or in this entire post, and Bully has actually been rumored to be releasing before GTA 6, and a lot of fans really do want another Bully. Now, obviously, with any leak and rumor, you do want to take it with a grain of salt, but it is interesting to discuss. So, I'd love for you guys to comment your thoughts on this down below. We can have a conversation, and if you want me to cover more GTA 6 leaks or anything concerning Rockstar Games in the future, feel free to let me know in the comments below. If this is something you guys want to see, I would love to create more content like this for all of you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.